what is a successful life? Or what does success means? I think in the gospel of today, the issue that the disciples and Jesus tackles is about success. Different understanding of success. Is the life of Li Ka-shing, the richest man in the city, be considered successful? His life is successful? Or not in terms of wealth, but for example, another surname Li is the lady, Miss Li Leishan, Li Leishan, who got a gold medal of the Olympic Games some years ago in wheel surfing. I don't know whether I pronounce it correctly or not. They surfing, windsurfing. You know it. I have no idea because I don't know how to play this. But can we say this kind of people, they're successful? Or somebody who gets medals from the government be regarded as successful? Or those who go up to high mountains, for example, the highest mountain, Everest? I don't know. In this case, it means that success means to be outstanding, to be in front of others. To be taller a little bit than the others, to be quicker, to have more certificates from the universities, such as this. So this is all of this in terms of competition. It seems that our education, our formation, and even the whole society gear people towards this kind of success, this kind of destination. But it is very clear from the gospel today that Jesus' teaching is completely the other way around. Why? He says, if anyone wishes to be first, he shall be the last of all and the servant of all. The last of all and the servant of all. Who is the servant in our family? Those who are powerless, who have to obey to the commands, to the orders of the moms, the boss. The weakest. It's very strange that Jesus even identifies himself with a child. Sometimes we will say, "Oh, we have to imitate a child because a child is very he accepts everything. The people gives with a thanksgiving heart." This is completely correct, but not this passage, because this passage, Jesus does not ask us to imitate a child, but to accept, to welcome a child in his name. So what does that mean? Let us take a look at what this child symbolizes, or what this child does in this gospel. In fact, he does nothing. He even does not say a word in this gospel. You see, he is very passive. He is taken by Jesus from somewhere, and then is put by Jesus in front of the disciples. So he is passive, he is weak, without any word. Say nothing. So it seems that this child is very weak. But at the same time, this child is strong in meaning, strong in symbol. He symbolizes. Jesus himself. And that's why Jesus even tells the disciples that if you welcome a child in my name, a child like this in my name, then you welcome me. What does it mean? It is not about competition, like what the society is going on every day in our daily lives. In Central, people are not walking but running because they have to be faster, to be quicker, to do more things than the others. Always compete with others. But Jesus asks us to compete with others under different terms, to compete with others in love. In love. Love. I'm sure you know what love is, because for sure we love somebody, and we have experienced that we are loved by somebody. When we love, when we really love, what does it mean? It means that we put ourselves under the others. We put our concern, our desire behind the concern and the desire of the other. We prepare everything, we do everything for him or her because I love him or her. So I try my best to prepare everything to please him or her, to show my concern, to show my love to him or her, because I love. Isn't it? But once we do so, we are not the greatest. We don't put ourselves above them, but we put ourselves under them like a servant. Like a servant. We are weak in love. Because when we prepare all this, when we do all this, we are not sure whether he or she will acknowledge our love, will accept our love, will welcome our love or not. It's very simple. It's very easy for him or her to say, "What did you do?" "Hey, it's nonsense. I don't need this." Wow. It hurts. It hurts a lot. We all have this experience. So what Jesus would like to teach us is we have to love, because this is a way of discipleship. And this is the way that he himself live out. We don't need to go to such an extreme to the moment of crucifixion, to the crucifixion on the cross. Of course, this is the perfect moment to show the love of Jesus to humanity. But even in the gospel of today, in this passage, we can see how deep he loved his disciples. You see, when they are on the way, they are arguing. The disciples, they are arguing on the way. Does Jesus know that they are arguing? Yes, of course. Otherwise, how would he? When they enter the house, at once he asks, "What did you argue on the way?" So he knows, but he does not say anything on the way, on the street. How much it is different from what time to time, from what I see on the streets. The parents, the impatient parents, they are scolding to their kids. Well, what do you do? At the moment, before the other relatives, before the other families, you do this. You make me shameful. You have to behave. From time to time, I see this. I don't know whether you see it or not. On the ferry, on the boat, on the bus, on the MTR. We are parents. We love our kids, of course, but many times we are so impatient, because we would like to safeguard our what do we say our esteem, our self-esteem, so much that we hurt the self-esteem of our kids, of other people. But Jesus, what does he do? He keeps silent. He's so patient. He loves his disciples so much that he keeps silent until entering in the house when there's no other people around. And then he starts to teach them. So, from this very, just a little gesture, we can tell how much Jesus loves the disciples and how much he loves us. He always teaches us in a way that we do not easily to notice, but his teaching is there. His presence is here. Is it just like air, just like oxygen? How many times we breathe a day? You know, almost 20,000 times a day. 20,000 times a day. Of course, it depends also on how much you do exercise. If you do more exercise, you breathe more. But we seldom take notice of the air, of the oxygen. Once we take notice, that what does it mean? It means the air is not good here. It means there's a lack of oxygen. This is the presence of God. This is the love of God. He's here. Otherwise, how can we breathe? How can we still have our life? But we don't take notice of him. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It matters is we have to learn from him, from Jesus Christ, from God the Father. And that is why Jesus says here, whoever receives one child in my name receives me. And whoever receives me and receives not me, but the one who sent me, the Father. So, I would like you to remember to memorize a very short verse from the Gospel of today, so that we learn the teaching of Jesus. It's very easy. If anyone wishes to be first, he shall be the last of all and the servant of all. Mark 9:35. Is it very easy? Maybe not so easy. But to be a disciple of Jesus, we are not supposed to have an easy life. So just to remember words is not so difficult. Okay, I said once again. So you listen to me, and then the next is your turn. Okay. If anyone wishes to be the first, he shall be the last of all and the servant of all. Mark 9:35. Okay, it's your turn. 1, 2, 3. If anyone wishes to be the first, he shall be the last of all and the servant of all. Mark 9:35. Not many of you opens the mouth, have you taken breakfast? Maybe not yet, So without energy. Once again, because we are disciples of Jesus. We are disciples of Jesus. We follow him, so we need to learn his teachings, right? Okay. Once again. If you cannot remember it, okay. Turn to page 95. Page 95. Just a verse. Start with this. Okay. 1, 2, 3. If anyone wishes to be the first, he shall be the last of all, and the servant of all. Mark 9:35. You see, I did not read it from the book. I already remember it. Okay, it's your turn. 1, 2, 3. If anyone wishes to be first, he shall be the last of all and the servant of all. Mark 9:35. Very good, very good. So you are really the disciples of Jesus Christ. So let us pause for a while in silence. Listen to Jesus Christ, to his teachings for us today. If anyone who wishes to be the first, he shall be the last of all and the servant of all.